It's Hey Coach with Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mondane. Three coaches and friends talk about sports, life, and everything in between.
Everybody, how are we doing? It is time for another episode of Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mondane. I am not trying to waste any time. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. How are we doing? Jay, what's going on with you, baby?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing good. Getting ready for spring.
Good.
You know, we got a lot of sports coming up, a lot of postseason. So let's get going.
Yeah. Hey, Rashard, what's going on? What you got rocking behind you today, baby? What you got rocking behind you today?
Where I got my degree from, baby. Jarvis Christian College, East Texas, HBCU.
I like it.
Keeping it simple.
I like it. Gentlemen, man, look, my head's spinning from all the stuff that's going on in the world of sports this past week. So let's talk about the one of the major topics right now. It's baseball is back. Okay, so baseball is back. So Jamal, what do you have as far as news as far as what's going on with baseball right now?
As people probably seen, you know, on last Friday, that Major League Baseball is back. You know, they finally stopped the lockout after 99 days. Players are getting back in the training camp. They'll have a small training camp before they get games going. Opening day will be April 7th, so got about a little less than a month to go. So since it ended after 99 days, they're actually going to find a way to get 162 games still put in this year. I know we talked about on our last show how to fix baseball, you know, so hopefully over time they'll get that straightened out. But they'll get 162 games in. You know, owners want that money. But what they did with the CBA, they basically had the collective bargaining agreement go. I think it'll end. This next bargaining agreement will end in like 2025. Have a threshold of $230 million next year in 2023, and then it'll peak in the final year. It'll peak all the way to $244 million before the next CBA agreement starts. So they changed a bunch of different things. Minimum salaries went up, you know, to $700,000. Used to be around $400,000 before this CBA agreement. And then it'll peak in the final year of the CBA at $780,000. So a lot of the younger players, young prospects will earn some more money, a little bit over $750,000 once it gets to the end. And then the postseason format is going to stay with 12 teams. So they're going to have 6 in each league, and then they'll do the 12-team playoff. But like I said, opening day is on the 7th, so baseball is back for all the fans that like baseball. We'll see if this bargaining agreement will make some changes, if they can integrate some more things that the players are looking for, and we're excited to see what happens.
Now, before I hit you, Rashard, I just want to say I'm happy that, you know, they're going to be able to do the season. I still wonder how fans are going to really read this. That's what I'm really looking. I'm really I'm keeping my eyes on how fans are really going to respond to this. Because as we like Jay said, you know, we alluded to this last episode when we talked about how do we fix baseball. The casual fan, like, what is this really going to look like for the casual fan? And then hit on a couple of points that Jay had talked about with, you know, how the postseason is looking. You know, they decided to increase it from 10 teams in the postseason to 12, like Jay said. The owners wanted 14. They wanted 14s, but they decided to meet in the middle and go with 12. Now the format goes as follows: the one and two seeds, the top two teams in terms of three divisional winners in both American and National League. The third seed would be the third best divisional winner. Fourth and sixth seeds will be the three best non-division records in each league. So It should be interesting. Now, Rashad, what are your thoughts? How do you weigh in on this topic?
Well, I'm glad they got back. I mean, I didn't think they were going to do it. I thought it was going to take too long. I thought their season wasn't going to be 162. I can definitely tell you that. I really didn't think that they were going to be able to get together and actually resolve the issue. Now, this is something that people not even going to realize. Do you realize they're not going to play anybody who's not vaccinated who plays in Canada? The Kyrie effect goes into baseball. They're not paying any of the players. You go play the Toronto Blue Jays, you're not getting paid if you're not vaccinated. How just wild is that? Now, let's see if they're even going to say that on national TV. Yeah, go and get you a sip. Ain't that wild? Like, whoa,
Wow.
that's deep though. I'm
That
not bringing
is.
basketball because we're talking baseball, but they're not paying them.
But you know what? All of it goes together, so it doesn't matter if it's basketball, baseball. To your point, it all goes together. You know what I'm saying?
It
One
all goes
sport.
together, but
Now you're talking about just going to something else. Go ahead.
I will get sidetracked and go to and not stay on the topic. But the fact that baseball's back, man, is good. You can, when you hear local radio and other people, you can kind of hear the baseball. Like we're hoop fans, so
Yes.
if the NBA was to go through something like this, I'd be like, oh, y'all killing me. What? But for baseball fans, man, at work, I hear it. They're like, man, it's back. It's finally back. It's back. We got 162. They're not really worried about the preseason. Or no, what is it called? Spring training. I'm sorry.
Spring training. Yeah.
They just want that 162, man. The fans, you know what I'm saying? My team's terrible. I didn't have a problem with them not being good because when Seattle ain't playing and the whole MLB ain't playing, we ain't lost no games. So I ain't tripping. we ain't lost no games yet. I get 2 weeks out of and then after that it's like, oh, okay, I guess I watch the Astros since I live in Houston.
Okay,
Jay,
so let me ask you both this question:
fan or White Sox or no, neither one of them?
Who, me? I'm a
Jay.
Red Sox. I'm Red Sox.
I know you Red
Jay,
Sox.
yeah, Jay, what are you?
Squad?
Yeah, Jay, that's a good question. Jay, who you sporting?
Well, to answer y'all question, Coach Simpson is rooting for the wrong color socks. Let's just say that.
Wow.
White Sox, man.
Okay. Oh, so we got a little rivalry go with the Red Sox and the White Sox. Okay. I ain't mad at you, Pimpin. I ain't mad at you. So I'm gonna ask you both the question. Okay, so with all this going on, where do you stand on? Okay, okay, Jay, I'm gonna hit you first. Okay, so what did it take for this to actually work? What do you think it actually took for them to actually say, you know what, we got to agree on this, let's make this happen, and they made it happen. So what in your view, what did it take for this to happen? By the way, love the shirt.
Oh yeah, little Bruce Lee mixing it up on the ones and twos.
Yeah. I like that.
What it took for it to work, what I believe personally, and this is what this show is all about, how we view sports, right, and how the average guy views sports. They want to hear from us. So the way I see it is, it all comes down to the money, right? They didn't want to go into a season and not have any revenue coming for the owners. So you have to. That's why they have CBAs to begin with, right? Players got to be happy, owners got to be happy, but there has to be some sort of middle ground. I think at the end of the day, the owners knew that they can give up some things as far as like minimum salaries, and playoff format to make this work. The players will be happy. They'll try it out at least for the next couple of years, but they needed to get an agreement put together before. I would say they had to get one before St. Patty's Day, before people can take it serious and actually want to start coming to these games. Because you got season ticket holders, you got businesses that own box seats, like shareholders, like you got a lot of different people you got to take care of. And if they're not taken care of or they don't see progress by a certain deadline, then, the season could be a wash. We don't want what happened in '94 to happen again, right? So They have to get it going.
Rashard, what do you got?
No, he's right, man. The whole thing, like back in '94, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people when I listen to the radio, they're like, they knew it was already a set date. Once the season ended, they should have already started getting in the meetings. Why did you push the fans, not the casual? The casual fan is me. My team's not good, so I'm kind of like, oh, it's baseball season. But the person who's looking to go to spring training, a baseball game in Florida, Arizona, Scottsdale, and all that, like, y'all knew this was coming. Like, why are you stalling out? And then, like I said last time, billionaires and millionaires disputing about money.
Right.
The fan is like, are y'all serious? That man said $750,000.
Yeah,
bro, that's not bad. That's not a bad living. That's not a bad living at all. $750.
I'll take it.
It's like,
I'll take it.
Come on, man. I don't have the patience to stay on the baseball field, to stay on there in the outfield, first base, and I had to play first base. There is no other. My baseball career went to T-ball, and that was about as far as I went. And I loved it. And I was a first baseman. I was awesome. I was tall. But I couldn't imagine 162, bro. Like, all right, I'll leave it alone. Nah, it's amazing how you would drag your feet when you have a set. It's like, okay, and I'm gonna get off subject real quick. It's like Thanksgiving is on Thursday, and Wednesday you decide to take your butt to Walmart to go get all the stuff for Thanksgiving. Like, you knew Thanksgiving was on Thursday since last Thanksgiving. So since '94, you ain't did none of this. And then now, 2021, 22, about to come up, and then y'all installed everybody out. People frustrated. I was listening to a station. The lady lives in Georgia. She just happens to listen to a New York radio station like me. She bought opening game tickets. I think it's Red Sox and Yankees, right?
That's a good rivalry.
She didn't already bought the tickets, not knowing it was going to be, they really weren't going to be coming from Georgia. So instead of canceling, she bought opera tickets. So Thursday, they were like, the MLB's back. So now she's got opera tickets and Yankee and Red Sox tickets same day. And the whole time, the lady's doing a turnaround. Whenever the Yankee game was going to be over with, she was flying back to Georgia. So now she's like, now what do I do with these tickets?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. She'll probably be able to.
That's a real fan.
She'll be able to. She'll be able to offload those. Yeah, but she'll be able to offload those opera tickets a heck of a lot quicker than she would be able to offload those baseball tickets.
That's what
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
A real fan. You see what I'm saying? A real fan. This lady's flying from Georgia to go watch opening day, and she didn't know. So she went ahead, didn't get her money back from the Yankee tickets. She bought opera tickets. And okay.
So now you're hitting me with something here, and now I've got to ask the question: when we're talking about this stuff, what are the short-term and long-term effects from all this? Because Rashard, you're hitting on a key point there. The diehard true fans that will sit there and say, "Hey, I'm buying these tickets now," and I'm telling you right now, them tickets are not cheap. Those tickets are not cheap at all. Right. Okay, so now you're talking about so what do you guys feel are the short-term and long-term effects? We'll start with you, Jay. We hit with you, and then Rashard, you're going to jump in with this. What do you think is the short and long-term effects from this?
I think short-term, we get baseball back, right? So they're going to try to cover up as much as they can from what they lost in spring training with baseball being back. So they're going to promote it on every national network. They're going to try to get all the national TV they can for good matchups or like an opening day, Red Sox Yankees game, or any other rivalry. They'll try to get the Dodgers on TV. They want to get the big name teams on TV as quick as possible in the short term. I think long term, that's why collective bargaining agreements are 2, 3, 4 years out, right? Because they can deal with the collective bargaining agreement that's coming up in 2025, 26. They can deal with that now and probably learn from what they didn't do for this CBA. Just like Rashard said, they're not going to wait till Wednesday, before Thanksgiving. Maybe they'll think about what they're going to do beforehand. They got years in advance of time to take care of the long term. So we'll see.
Yeah, kind of like the Philadelphia 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets deal with the 5 years in between draft picks. Rashard, what you got?
Trust the process, baby. All right. So my thing is, they better put a product out there. You've done. I'm a casual fan.
Okay.
For me to be excited, and I live in Houston. For me to be excited, you better put a product out there. Don't stall us out here. And baseball to the casual is still boring. To the fan, the fanatic, they happy. They can't wait to see it.
You're right. Yeah.
MLB is going to have to turn into the NBA or NFL. You're going to have to. I need to see commercials, and we talked about that last time. I need to see Trout and the rest of these boys out here, Mookie Betts. I need to see these cats like, oh, that's an MLB. That's a baseball player. They don't promote their sport. That right there is lousy on the whole sport to me. Your commissioner or whatever title he has, you're not even promoting this. Roger Goodell doesn't have to promote the NFL. You see cats. And then everybody gets tired of seeing Baker on these commercials, Aaron on these commercials, but you see them.
Hulu.
You get what
Hulu's got live sports?
MLB, they have to captivate the audience for real. That's why I said bring back steroids.
Yes.
You have to captivate the audience. If not, it's just going to be, I don't give a damn if the A's are playing Kansas City at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know nobody on the A's or Kansas City. You just got to make it exciting, man. Y'all can't stall the fan out with a lockout behind money. And y'all good? Everything's like, all right, hey, you good? All right, bro, I'll see you. What?
Right. And hey, and I agree with you, man. Look, my thing is this. We talked about this last show. Like, I don't see MLB stars in commercials. Now I know, and it's a double-edged sword when we talk about this, because like my thing is, if I'm a fan, I'm saying I'm trying to promote my team, I'm trying to do this and that. Like, I want you concentrating on your sport, I want you concentrating on your craft, getting better, this and that. But at the same time, hey, can we get some attention to our sport? Like I said, we talked about this last time. I don't remember the last time I saw an MLB star in a commercial outside of promoting the show.
They don't have time for commercials. They play 162 games.
Yeah, I don't care, Anthony. Since you didn't want to bring your face on. Yeah, I don't care about it. Since you want to bring your No, Jay, let me get him first. Since you didn't want to bring your face on the show, I don't want to hear what you said about that time because they got too many games. I don't care. Don't you do that. Don't you do that, sir. Don't you ever do that again. Don't do that.
They play 9.5 months out the year and then the spring training for a month and a half. So,
I don't care. The pitchers only pitch. How many times the pitchers pitch? They don't get in there. They can get the pitchers in there. Don't do that, sir.
Every 5 days.
First
of all,
thank you, Richard. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you, sir.
If they play 162 games in 9 months, you talking about they ain't got time for no commercial? Boy, you better don't. Yeah, they got plenty of time.
Don't get Richard started, please. Do not get Richard started.
They got plenty of time.
Don't get Richard started.
Not to cut.
Well,
so we
okay. You know what it is time for? You know what it is time for? It's time to go commercial.
It's time for a break.
Oh, so when I get to talking, it's time for a commercial.
Yes. Every time you start talking, it's break time. Okay, so we are about to take a short break real quick. And before we take that break, I want to once again give a shout out to Ride Clutch. Hook me up with this gear. Got the hat right here. Hold up. I can't. Yeah, there it is right there with the Ride Clutch logo right there. Ride Clutch is doing some amazing things. Like I said, right now they're giving away a bike and $15,000 in cash if you win the grand prize. So, yeah, guys, we're gonna take a real quick commercial break, pay some bills. I got lights. I got like $3 I got to feed. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more Hey Coach. Hey everybody, how we doing? It's Coach T. This is Hey Coach. I'm joined with Rashard Collins and Jamal Mundane. Gentlemen, let's get into college basketball. It is that time. It is March Madness. But before we get to March Madness, we've got to talk about the conference championships. Jay, my man, what do you got for us as far as news for college championships and everything? Go ahead, hit it.
All right, so last week was championship week. You know, all the big conferences, all of the conferences had their conference tournaments. You've probably seen the games on ESPN, CBS, all the other networks. As far as the big names and the conference tournament champions, Gonzaga won the West Coast Conference. The ACC, Virginia Tech won their first ACC tournament championship on Saturday against Duke. We had the SEC championship. There was a whole bunch of upsets in that tournament, but Tennessee ended up beating Texas A&M in that championship game on Sunday. We also had Houston beat Memphis. Memphis was on a run after starting off slow throughout the year with the whole Amani Bates situation. Penny Hardaway had them rolling. They may get an automatic bid, but they ended up losing in a conference championship game against Houston on Sunday as well. Big Ten, we had a couple upsets in the Big Ten up until Purdue. We kind of figured Purdue would pull it out, so they ended up winning the Big Ten. You got Kansas, who was a heavy favorite to win the Big 12 conference tournament championship. They won that on Saturday afternoon also. Let's see, who else do we have? Villanova. I think Villanova ended up winning the Big East on Saturday also.
What?
Yeah, and then in the Pac-12, we had Arizona. Arizona was heavily favored, but it was a real good game. They had actually in the conference semifinal on Friday against Stanford. Stanford gave them a pretty good game. They ended up pulling away and winning that, and then they won the conference tournament championship against UCLA on Saturday night also. So it looks like all the teams that were expected to win their tournaments, we had a couple conference championship games that had upsets. But for the most part, the teams that will be number one seeds kind of showed through in last week's conference tournaments. So now we're looking forward to Thursday, St. Patty's Day, starting out with March Madness with the opening day. First round.
Okay, so Rashard, before I hit you, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the perspective on the bubble teams, okay? I want you to kind of hit on those. So I'm going to give you the on the bubble, last four buys, last four in, first four out, next four out. Okay, you got that? You good?
No, I don't have that. You said a whole bunch of stuff, bro. Let's get it.
Okay, so last four buys. Okay, we're gonna do last four buys. All right. All right.
I'm good.
So last four buys are Miami. Yeah. Last four buys are Miami, Iowa State, the Rutgers, and Indiana. Okay, so those last four buys. All right, last four in. I'm gonna get you these first two, then we're gonna go. Okay, last four in: Notre Dame, Michigan, Wyoming, Texas A&M. Talk about those.
First of all, you said two and you named four schools, but that's another thing. That's why I'm here to crack jokes.
You said I said two categories.
You said two.
Anyway, last four buys and last four in.
You didn't mention Davidson. Davidson is
Negro
relevant.
Okay,
You
go
didn't
ahead.
mention you didn't
Yeah.
mention Davidson. Miami.
I,
Miami always
first
has
of
a
all, it's not my.
sneaky,
You
decent
know what?
team
First
to
of all,
me.
hold up, sir.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
I'm
First of all,
talking. I'm
I'm
being
going by the
professional.
reports that are on the freaking internet. Okay. First of all, let's get that straight. All right. Number one, let's get that straight. Number one, don't tell me about what I'm not doing. Okay. I slapped the mustache off your face. Anyways, go ahead. Continue. Go
Very
ahead. Go
aggressive.
continue.
Very aggressive. I'm looking
I'm sorry.
now.
I
I'm looking like.
apologize. I'm working on that. I'm working on
No, you
that in my
don't.
group
No, you
therapy.
don't. You apologize just in
I,
case somebody professional wants to bring us on. I didn't realize Davidson's only lost 6 games. They're like
yeah.
that's a team that you just after Steph you don't hear about certain people carry certain squads. Davidson is
Yeah.
really a playing team. Miami, their football program hasn't been good, so it's funny that the basketball team is really like decent. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing to me. But as far as the I think it's more or less with the teams that you named, the 8 teams that you named, they're gonna go off of who did you lose to and when did you lose to them in the strength of schedule. It's almost like a football
Yeah.
thing. I mean, realistically, like nobody's
Yeah.
tuning in to watch Miami versus Florida State basketball, bro. Nobody's doing that. What other team did you say?
Okay, so for the last 4 buys, okay, and last 4 in. All right, so last 4 buys is Miami, Iowa State, Rutgers, and Indiana. That's last 4
Rutgers, Big
buys.
10.
Okay. Yeah.
Rutgers, Big 10. I hate they left the Big East. They're not a solid program. Not to me, they're not. I mean, you don't
Okay.
even get that feel no more. Like with me and Jay growing up in Illinois and Big 10 country, like it's funny that Rutgers is the Big East, bro. That's it's not a Big 10 school. Maryland is an ACC school. It's not Big 10. The Big 10 to me is horrible. I know I got off track. I don't see Rutgers. And if they do get in, are they automatically in or are they a play-in?
You know what?
Because
I
I'm
don't
trying to
know.
figure out how they doing the you know what I'm saying. The play-ins always throws me off because I know it's always a
Yeah.
HBCU. It's always a
Right. And I
Norfolk
agree. Yeah,
State, a
I'm with you.
Hampton, a Texas Southern, and then you done got through Washington State, and now you got to go doggone play Kansas as an HBCU. Have y'all ever noticed? It ain't never the 3 seed they about to play.
Yeah.
They about to play the top. They about to play number 1. So
Right.
I mean, with college basketball, with me not having watched it, because like I said, Super Bowl just ended a couple weeks ago, and not really just dialing in. I'm watching games last week, man, and I'm like, I didn't know they was ranked at that number. They crushed them. I didn't know they was not ranked, and they done upset somebody. The beauty of college basketball is to me is that's why they call it March Madness. When you have the Marquettes with D Wade, and nobody knew who that dude was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Valparaiso. You get what I'm saying? So I can't even sit here and say I can sit here and say it and pretend like, oh, Gonzaga, yeah. How easy is that? They number 1. They won like you just said, the Western Conference, you know what I'm saying? They just won it. I couldn't tell you the conference name last week. I looked it up after the show. Like, okay, let me at least have a clue what I'm talking about. So I think it's gonna be a sleeper. I think it's gonna be a sleeper, man. I mean, I would love for Kentucky to do something. I just don't have faith in my team.
Okay. Jay, I'm about to hit you with this, okay? Now,
What you got?
Shard just said something about a sleeper, right? Okay. So, like I said, the last 4 buys are Miami, Iowa State, Rutgers, Indiana. Last 4 in from the poll that they're doing is Notre Dame, Michigan, Wyoming, Texas A&M. First 4 out, what they're saying is SMU, okay, Xavier, Oklahoma, Wake Forest. Next 4 out, Daytona, BYU, St. Louis, VCU. What, Jay, do you think? Which team do you think, if we're going off of what Rashard said about a sleeper being maybe the dark horse, what do you think your sleeper is to go all the way? Forget the whole Gonzaga and KU. Forget all that. Sleeper. What do you think your sleeper is?
The reality is in the NCAA, the sleeper team isn't going to come from a mid-major. They're just not good enough. They're not talented enough. They don't have the talent. A mid-major this day and age, they can get to a Sweet 16, maybe even an Elite 8, but I'm not seeing any of them make it to a Final Four. We're not going to get a Shaka Smart VCU run. We're not getting a George Mason run back in the day. I don't see any of that happening this year.
Good games. Those are good games.
There's a lot of parity this year. As far as a dark horse or a sleeper, I think it's going to come from a big conference. And the team, from what I've been watching, a team that's good enough that can make a run, that can get to a Final Four, even a national championship game, honestly, is Tennessee. They just won the SEC tournament, so they don't seem like a dark horse per se, but they're not a big name. The men's college basketball team isn't a big name, but they're playing good basketball. Rick Barnes got those dudes playing. They're not afraid to play against anybody. They're in a tough, underrated SEC conference this year. They played against top teams. They beat top teams. Now they got experience with tournament style one and done by winning the SEC tournament. I think they're able to upset teams. They're athletic. They're long. Their guard plays good, and that's what you need to a recipe for an upset. You need athletic players, athletic wings. You need good, strong guards that can play on both ends of the floor. You need top coaching. You got Rick Barnes.
Yes.
You need a team with some experience. They got young guys. They got veterans, and they got juniors and seniors. They got a couple of transfers. They're not afraid to play in the big moments. And so I think they got a recipe to make a run, depending on what region they're in. Because they won an SEC tournament, they can end up being in the South region or Midwest region and getting a 3 seed. They might have played themselves into a 3, and they will make a run. So if I had to think of a dark horse in a big conference, I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee made some noise.
Okay. Now, Jay, I'm going to ask you this question. We had the Virginia Tech Duke game. Okay. Mm-hmm. First of all, who would you pick out of that game to win the ACC tournament? And out of that, one of those two teams, if they had a smooth ride all the way to the Final Four, which team would you pick out of that?
Well, of course, you pick the team that the bookies pick, right? You're gonna pick Duke. Duke was the 6-point favorite in the championship game.
You're right.
But yeah, that's why you have upsets. So Virginia Tech outplayed them, made shots. They play good defense on them. If you've seen the game on Saturday, they just outplayed them, and that can happen to anybody in a one and done tournament. So, of course, odds makers would say Duke is the favorite, but that's why you play the game.
This is why you play the game. Rashard, what do you got?
I always pick the underdog. I would have went Vod Tech. Seriously. I'm being for real.
I know you do.
I always,
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I asked you.
The underdog. Yeah, I always
pick
the underdog, man.
You would have bet money? You would have bet money on it? You would have bet money on it?
I'm telling you, I really do. I really do.
All
the time. I'm a Clipper fan, bro.
Yeah.
Really? Underdog.
Yeah.
And do
Jamal,
you
got to remember that. He is a Clipper fan.
I understand that. Do you bet money on the Clippers?
Against Lakers, when we play the Lakers, I bet. We swept them this year. I bet money. I do. It ain't no major money, but yeah, just to poke the bear. I'm an underdog, dude. I could watch boxing on a Saturday and not nobody be like, yo, I'm going for Diaz. Yo, I'm going for that cat. I don't know who that dude is.
Okay.
Put some money on it. Let's go.
Okay.
But
Right.
no, the tournament, man, I love it because one region can break your bracket.
Oh,
Think
my
about it.
baby Jesus.
Somebody could
Ugh.
tear your whole. You didn't think about it. I've been doing, and I know you've been doing it. All y'all been doing it the same way. When I grew up, there was newspapers. All right, I'm trying to
Yeah.
stay on subject, but I'm gonna get off. It was newspapers. You print it out on the,
No,
on
you
the
right.
printer, and you write it.
Yeah.
And you write it. I had teachers in Illinois. If University of Illinois went to the tournament and if they played Thursday, bro, whatever teacher's room you want to go to watch the game, because tip-off is at 11 or 12, that's where you go. We have an accelerated schedule from 8 to tip-off, and you have to stay in the teacher's room. And the teacher would be like, turn in your brackets. Real talk.
Yes.
Turn in your brackets. You win. You don't have to do homework the next week, yada, yada, yada. Man, I've been doing this stuff since 83. I love it. One team can really – UMBC messed some folks up a couple of years ago. Everybody had them, bro.
Oh,
Valparaiso.
Had them.
Valparaiso, man.
Everybody
Hey.
had them.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? That's why
Man, I'm telling you, you're right.
I realized Davidson's relevant again for whatever reason. That's why I said, but I agree with Jay what he said. Like, it's not gonna be the sleeper. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be Valpro or VCU. It's not gonna be somebody like. It's gonna be somebody who didn't win their conference tournament, but they're relevant. Like, okay, I got a question because I thought Illinois won the Big Ten conference. But today they didn't play in the Big Ten championship. So where is my disconnect? Because somebody lost last week to where Illinois was like, they won the Big Ten. But today, Iowa and Purdue just played. So where does that put Illinois at? Somebody help me. I didn't mean to throw a curveball, but I need to know
what
my
you
sports
mean?
knowledge. I don't get it.
What you mean?
It's not a tie, right? It's not two co-champions, right?
Well, you can share the regular season conference championship, but Purdue was the top seed in the tournament, so they shared it. I don't think Illinois won the Big Ten because they do the seeding based on your record at the end of your conference season.
Okay. Because last week I'm looking at my boys like, we won the Big Ten. I'm looking like, I didn't even play the tournament
look,
yet. Like,
hey, gentlemen, we can keep going with this all day long, all day, every day. But check it out. We need to take a break, okay? We need to take a break and pay some bills. So at this point in time, please stick around for more Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mundane. Gentlemen, welcome back. Everybody, it's the Hey Coach podcast. I'm Coach Tim Simpson. I'm joined with Rashard Collins and Jamal Mundane. Gentlemen, let's get on some really great bright news. Coach Popovich, he's been a staple in San Antonio Spurs history for the longest. And now he has became the all-time winningest basketball coach in NBA history. Jamal, what do you got on that?
Pop is I mean, he is the NBA, right? He's the gold standard for coaching in the NBA at the highest level. He's been in the organization for almost 30 years. I think he's been there since like 1995, 96, if I could think off the top of the head. First couple seasons, they wanted him fired because they didn't think he can do the job. David Robinson gets injured They have a bad season in '98. They get some tall guy that played at Wake Forest as a number one pick in the draft in '98, '99, and kind of change and launch Gregg Pop's future from there, right? Timmy, and then you get David Robinson back. They win their first championship in '99 in the lockout year. They beat the Knicks in Game 7. And then from there, they take off. He kind of spearheaded getting the top players from Europe, overseas, the Tony Parkers of the world, the Manu Ginobili's, these types of guys that'll probably be Hall of Famers in their own right. With all of that, ended up winning 5 championships up to this point. People, the younger viewers may know a guy by the name of Kawhi Leonard for winning a couple championships. He did win one in San Antonio. They're known for how they develop their players. These are players that you probably wouldn't hear about in other teams, but he kind of brings the team together. That's why we call him the gold standard for coaching. He knows how to bring your star players and your role players together, for one common goal to win. And what you get from that is, you become an all-time winningest coach in the NBA. Just passed Donnie Nelson a couple days ago. So, I don't know what's next for Pop. We don't know how long he'll continue to coach. Not really coaching for anything at this point. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. He'll be regarded as one of the best coaches to ever do it. He's got the rings. He's got all the credentials you need, the playoff appearances. They went on a run with like 10, 15, 50-win seasons, which is ridiculous. So, I mean, he's had a ridiculous run of success. So just congratulations to San Antonio Spurs, and, we'll see what happens in the future.
Rashard, what you got?
I'm gonna do the mind-blowing scenario right here. Jay might know this. Jay might know the answer. Where y'all think Pop was born at?
Where he's born?
Yeah.
No
Where
clue.
Popovich born at?
No clue. Popovich, I don't know. Germany?
Can't say off the top of the head. I have no idea.
And when I found this out, all I could do was laugh. That boy was born, and when I say this, watch Jay's face when I say this, Tim. East Chicago.
Okay.
/
What?
Indiana. His parents.
What?
His dad is Siberian, and his mom is Croatian. He went to Maryville High School.
I said Germany. So, yeah, okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
He was born in East Chicago, bro.
I know he's born, but I'm saying, I'm talking about overseas connections. Yes, go ahead.
When I say we, I'm going to say me. We all feel that this dude was born across the way. Nah.
Yeah.
I like Pop when he put Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and maybe Parker on the Southwest flight they played a game in Florida. It was in Miami, Orlando, and he didn't play them starters, and he sent them boys back. That was load management. I'm like, hold on, man. This dude done sent what? I'm like, whoa. You don't really, outside of Kawhi, you don't really hear anybody bucking against him. Even Jackson don't talk bad about this cat. Timmy don't. David, Manu, you don't really hear I had an issue with this coach. I had Pop's a legend, man. And then the funny thing is, why we ain't giving Donnie Nelson his credit? God, dog, bro. Who the hell was? I'm looking like, hold on, you talking about he just passed this dude? Bro, y'all know when the last time Donnie Nelson coached? Like, I'm looking like, okay, what was Don doing? Now, I can speak for myself. I don't know another Spurs coach. They ain't got but one. They ain't have but one coach. I don't know.
No, right?
I mean, seriously. Pittsburgh Steelers fans can only name 3. I mean, I'm like, hold on, Pop been there for how long? I was a kid when that dude was, bro. I do not remember whenever I started watching the NBA is when the Five Slam and Jammer with Akeem them was because I just came back to the States because I was out the country. So that's when I started doing NBA in college. I don't know another Spurs coach but him. That's just like
I don't.
hey, name me the Duke coach before Coach K. But we're not gonna do that.
I
That's
can't.
not the topic.
I can't.
You
I'm
get
not
what I'm
gonna get
saying?
no.
But
I
you
can't.
get what I'm saying? No, Pop, man, it seems like he got a good relationship, man. He really doesn't you know what it is when you dealing with him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like if you go into your dad or your mom's house, whatever, and they're not gonna put up with the BS. So the Olympic team, like you didn't hear nobody acting a fool, and Pop had to send somebody back and X, Y, and Z. This dude's a legend.
Yeah.
But I laughed when I heard he just passed Don Nelson. I said, okay, we giving Pop a lot of credit, but what in the heck did Don like? Really, bro? Don Nelson ain't coached in a minute. But Pop,
Yeah,
man,
I agree. I'm with you. I'm with you. But with those teams, the teams Don Nelson had,
solid.
the teams Don Nelson had, he got the win percentage up there. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But I'm looking at rings. Okay, if you go, I mean, if you winning like that, you got to have rings. Did Don Nelson get a ring? Oh, Buddy got a ring, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
You see
Not as a coach. He's got him as a player, but not as a coach.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you getting all the. I'm like, wow, what did Don Nelson do? I'm saying, man, hey, Pop. This is what I like about the Spurs back in the gap. He was never chasing to be the number one in the West because he had a squad. That, in my opinion, he didn't give a damn because guess what? Once we get in this thing, watch us go to work. If you look at the Spurs with Tony and all them boys, bro, they weren't breaking their neck to be number one in the West. They didn't care. They're going to be top 3, 4, 5, and then go get it and give people problems, man. We don't know that we ain't never heard of the Euro step until who? The Spurs. Tony and Manu. Or me. Let me not speak for y'all. I didn't know nothing about no Euro step. That was a travel back when I was in high school. That's a regular play right now.
You're dating yourself.
Yeah, you are. You started dating yourself.
Hey, Jay, I stopped talking. I'm looking like, let me stop.
You're right, Jay. You're right. He's dating himself right there. No,
that was a travel.
Hey, I can't. Yeah.
You had to explain to the referee, like, I only took 1, 2. And now they doing, don't get me started with the James Harden step back, slide over it. Don't all that. What he doing.
You sound like Drake right now. That foot look, right foot slide.
Pop was Pop. Do they already have? Is Pop already in the Hall of Fame? Because I think they do that like while they still coaching, right? For the coaches, is Pop in the Hall of Fame already?
No, they do that for college coaches. NBA coaches, I think they got to wait till they're done.
It's not a time limit, like no 6 years, no nothing like that, right?
No,
like,
Pop is he'll get it.
He will be he will be a Hall of Famer, but you have to go in with a class. So he'll go in with a Hall of Fame class when he's done, but he'll be in for sure. He'll be in the first ballot, no doubt.
Gotcha.
He
transition.
A side note.
Transition after
a side
that.
note.
Go ahead.
Before you go in, I'll be real quick. He passed Don Nelson. So Donnie Nelson coached for like 30, 31 years, like 32 years, something like that.
Oh,
and Pop passed.
Yeah.
That's why. So his longevity, like Donnie Nelson coached for 30 years. And Pop passed him, and Pop's been the head coach for like 26. So that makes it even bigger feat. So that tells you how frequent, Pop was winning. He passed him up in 26 years.
30? Pop coached
Donnie coached for over 30 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm really serious. Like, This is the only Spurs coach I've ever known. When I started really watching the NBA, like I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to look. Duke fans, you
That's
know how
huge.
there's kids that's 25, 30 years old, bro. They ain't seen nobody else on that sideline. Next year gonna be
Right.
weird to them.
I know, right?
That's gonna
That's
be
100% right.
weird to them. What other teams even have longevity like that? Look. Okay, I know I'm sidetracking, but this is just gonna speed the show up. Spoelstra. Hey, that boy been. Hey, they try to run him out of Miami. They try to run him out of man. Hey, he a nice coach, bro.
Nah, that's Pat
Spoelstra
Riley's
is a
guy. He ain't
nice
going
You
nowhere.
know, first of all, you know how hard
They
it
ain't
is to
doing
run a
nothing.
coach like that out. Because he wasn't a head
video
coach.
guy.
He was in video. He was the video guy.
He was a video guy.
You know how much they see? You know how much they
Bro.
see? The vision? That dude, that dude is
had to climb levels,
I don't care.
Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Spo gonna get him a statue outside that goddamn stadium. You don't get coaches with no statues. Spo gonna get it.
Okay, look. We're gonna fast forward. Okay, so Ben Simmons made a return back to Philadelphia. But it was not quite the return everybody was looking for. So, I'm going to ask you, gentlemen, what does Ben Simmons' return really mean? Okay, what does it really mean? Right? Rashard, we'll start with you.
If we're gonna go with the topic that we went on with the mental health, and I heard people go back and forth, he needed to do that because you have to get that out your system. I'm in a mindset with you make a lot of money, bro. All you do is play basketball, dude. Like the fact that you don't want to shoot, okay, I get it, but he needed that. Some people are like, why sit on the bench and take? He needed to hear that ridicule because, and y'all will agree with me, they don't have that goon on their squad. And when I say that goon, they don't have KD in his ear. Like, look here, MF, get your butt on this bench, take the heat from the crowd, suck it up, yada, yada, yada. Because if for whatever reason these squads would ever meet in the playoffs, you know how much worse that would be. He was able to go out there, but I don't think he shot. I know he had his Louis Vuitton little hockey jersey. He was dribbling the ball. I don't think he shot, which I hate that he didn't do that. You got to get that stuff out the way, bro. Just like the LeBron going back, you know what I'm saying? He had to get that out the way. And whoever convinced him and talked him into doing that, he's on the right path.
Hearing Rashard's comments, I'm going to ask you a question. Whew. Ben Simmons, interesting talk. We will all agree to that. Ben Simmons, from his career, from college till now, what have they actually really asked him to do?
Play basketball.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. What have they actually asked him to do, and what has he actually produced? Jay, I want to hear your thoughts on that.
So when you're number one overall pick in any sport, there's expectations that come with that, right? So the expectation, he came in the middle of the trust the process. era. We'll call it an era. He came during the trust the process era. He was supposed to be the piece that they put together with Joel Embiid, kind of like Penny and Shaq, Magic, Kareem. That's what they were thinking when they got him. So
Right.
there's pressure there, from a guy that, number one, is not American. He is an Australian-born player. So he's going to see the pressure of playing at this level totally different from what an American player would that had the exact same pressure, a la a John Morant. Even though Ja wasn't a number one pick, the pressure was there to prove something. I don't think he's ever had to be at a point where he had to prove something to somebody. So he goes to Philly. It's a town where the media is crazy, in a good way. Like they tell you like it is. The fans know more about the game than the announcers do. They are starving for a winner in Philly, no matter who the team is. I've watched games for Philadelphia Eagles and they boo Santa Claus. Like they don't care. Like they will boo anybody. You know what I mean? If Santa
And they
Claus
try
in
to
the
lie and say
stands,
they didn't boo him, Jay. They try to lie and say they didn't boo him. I'm like, y'all
look,
booed that cat. That's a
look, anybody with two eyes
Yes, sir.
and two ears saw and heard them boo Santa.
Yeah.
But that's the city you're in.
Yeah.
Him coming from his
Right.
environment, he doesn't grasp that concept. So to answer your question, what do I think about it was the expectations that he had. He didn't meet or exceed the expectations. He was there just thinking he can play ball and the city would love him for what he did on the court. But there's levels to being a number one pick and being a great player. He didn't reach those heights. So you get the lashing and the feedback from fans and even some of the teammates on how he handled it. So you got a combination of somebody not understanding the scrutiny that you're going to get in Philly, in a big city, the level of expectations, and how young he was. He came in at 19. So if he's never handled any of that pressure before or been scrutinized or been told no, how are you going to handle that as a 19-year-old, as an adult? He's still trying to grow up. So that's the side of me defending Ben Simmons. On the flip side, he is a professional athlete and he gets paid millions of dollars to perform. And if you're not going to perform at a high level, then they got to do what they got to do and find somebody that will perform at a high level. So that's why he's in Brooklyn. He wanted to get out. They wanted him out. They found a mutual landing spot for him. But business is business at the same time. Philly still has goals to win a championship with Joel Embiid in his prime. And the best way to do it is to get Ben out of it. So,
Okay, so Rashard, taking what Jay just said, can Ben Simmons, can he actually come out of this golden?
Yeah, Ben can come out of this, man. He's a squad where you got KD. We're not asked. I mean, didn't nobody bring him in the NBA to shoot anyway. I mean, they brought him out there because they hit it in LSU like what he couldn't do. Like I said before, none of us didn't realize this MF couldn't freaking shoot because he was a Magic, Penny, Steve Smith. It was a big guard. He can come out of this because
Rashard, I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you right there. Stop that. Everybody knew he could not shoot. I'm talking about the
big guard.
No. Everybody knew he could not shoot. Ben Simmons couldn't shoot.
You knew he couldn't shoot, so he went number one. Like
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Okay.
So you knew Ben Simmons couldn't shoot at LSU.
First of all, as a coach,
so you was tuning in the LSU games.
Yes.
No, you weren't. Why
if
you
I'm
watching
drafting
LSU games?
Hey, hell, wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute, sir.
You, Tim
if I'm
Simmons,
drafting,
why are you watching LSU basketball?
Sir. Okay, Richard. If I'm drafting,
man, I'm going in.
Richard, if I'm drafting, I'm tuning into everything. I knew he could not shoot from day one. Day one. I got the LSU drills Not one of them drills highlighted him shooting. Ever.
It's wrong drills.
Not one drill.
All the SEC squads you could have picked, bro. That's the worst freaking drills you could have picked. Yeah.
None of his drills. None of his drills. If I'm drafting in the NBA, and I got freaking Jay's chomping at the bit. Not one drill he ever did highlighted his shooting. Red flag. That's red flag number one.
Support him.
He could not shoot. He never was able to shoot. Okay?
Right.
So if I'm saying that, I know he can't shoot. So what am I asking him to do? As an organization, what am I asking him to do? That's the question.
Facilitate the ball.
That's the question.
Play defense. Facilitate the ball. Play defense. You know what I'm saying? Because that's his last stance. Like, squads are not, like, they're not asking him to shoot now. Now they're pampering him because these MFs are
now
soft. So hey, we just want you to play defense and facilitate the ball.
What did you say? What did you say, Jay? They're not asking him to do that now. Why was that ever the question to begin with? He couldn't shoot
why is it
at
an
all.
issue that this cat doesn't shoot? So why is it an issue that this dude don't shoot?
He could not shoot ever. He never.
I know
there
that
you
they
go.
hit
there you
that
go,
at
Rashard.
LSU.
You're right. Jay, hit it.
Here's the thing. So here's the thing.
That, Jay.
When Ben Simmons came in the league, yes, obviously scouts are going to analyze his game and critique his game. And shooting wasn't his strong suit. It was probably his weakest part of his game, which is fine.
Yes.
When you're building a basketball team, though, if he can't shoot, what do? You put shooters around him. Same thing they do with Giannis. Giannis couldn't shoot, but to win a championship, they can put players around him that can. His strengths are to facilitate, to play defense, and to rebound. He's be the biggest guard on the court every time he plays. He's 6'10". If he can do that, they will put players around him that can stretch the floor and shoot. Now, as his career continues, what they were hoping is that he worked on his shot, and his shot got better every year, a la Giannis. Again, Giannis couldn't shoot threes at all, jumpers, none of that. But every year, Giannis got better and better and better. That's what they were hoping for with Ben. The issue with Philly is Philly wants to get better and get to that next step, but Ben never took the necessary steps with him. And that's why they came to a crossroads. It showed in a playoff game. And when it gets to that point, teams can expose you in games. So he started getting exposed in big games. So now you're a liability. In the beginning of your career, if we know that's a weak spot, we can mask it with shooting until it becomes a strength. It never became a strength for him. It's still a liability. Now, with him in Brooklyn, he's around shooters. He's around shooters. You got Kyrie, you got KD, you got Seth Curry. Like, you have shooting around him that can still mask that. And now he can play to his strengths. He can still be the best defender on any guard. He's another big body that can rebound and bang. And he can handle the ball. He's another ball handler to get Kyrie off the ball. In Philly, he was becoming a focal point offensively because they didn't have enough weapons to score. But now in Brooklyn, he'll be able to thrive at his original position. That's why, again, I think they won the trade. Reason number 1,306 why Brooklyn won this trade. So that's where I'm at with Ben. The potential was there for him, and that's why they drafted him. He couldn't meet the potential. They had to part ways.
Damn. And I agree with that. I agree with everything Jay just said. And I've said that ever since all that shit. Jay hit it. He hit it. He hit it.
He did.
Like,
he did. It
is what it is. Rashard, go ahead, Rashard.
Both, and it's a generic thing. Both squads benefited from the swap.
Yeah,
I concentrate.
I agree
on Ben because I really want this dude to be like really good. I didn't say great. I said good. I want Ben to be. He's a guard. This motherfucker. He's tall as hell. You a guard. You can see the floor.
6'10", 6'11".
Just shoot. I don't need you to score 27. Just shoot the ball. You gave up a opportunity to either make a dunk, miss a dunk, or shoot a layup in a playoff game, and you dumped it off to somebody who was in a bad position. You are in the NBA.
Rashard, hold up. You're saying something, okay? My problem is this: the Ben Simmons camp put all these videos out about him shooting. They put all these videos out about him shooting, and he didn't take one freaking shot. Like that's my problem. He's not shooting.
He's
Don't put
not.
out. Oh, Ben Simmons coming down. Oh, shooting. Oh,
He's not,
but then when
bro.
it counts, you're not shooting. Come on,
You're not
fam.
shooting, bro. You're not.
That's my
That
own.
was my.
That's my problem.
That's my only issue with him. Like you're not
There
even.
you go.
You're not even worried about like. Don't worry about missing. Like shoot. Now if you keep
Right.
shooting air balls, then stop. But
Now
no,
we
I
know,
like
we
his
all,
game. Go ahead, Jay.
I was going to let you finish. I'm sorry. I was going to say, we all know as basketball players, when it comes to shooting, it's 90% confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we've seen the ugliest shots. You play enough basketball, you've seen the ugliest forms, you've seen the ugliest jump shots. It don't matter. Sean Marion made a career out of an ugly jump
Oh
shot, but
my
Yep.
he shot
God.
it with
Oh my
confidence.
God. Stop that. Stop
So
that.
90, he is the poster child for 90% of your jumper is confidence, right? So I think that's what
Yeah.
it is. Like, and I believe this, playing with a player like a Kevin Durant, a Kyrie, a Seth Curry, and having a coach like Steve Nash. Because remember, Steve Nash played with Sean Marion. It ain't a coincidence that Sean Marion developed his game and became a better shooter playing with a Steve
Thank you,
Nash because he
Jay.
played with somebody that gave him confidence. And I think if this
Thank you, sir.
offseason he gets with Nash and they work on his confidence, he'll start shooting more. Like we don't care if he misses shots. Like you said, Rashad, if you just shoot
Yeah,
him and
man.
become a threat, you don't have to come back next year and be Steph Curry, but at least you're an option to shoot the ball if you're open, or at least you make the defense honest.
My
I
thing is
100% agree.
with Ben Simmons being there, with KD really does the Garnett in him, but I think KD can reach out and be like, hey, look, man, this is all we need you to do. Ben Simmons can affect that squad, but who's hurting that squad is Kyrie. You're not vaccinated. So if we was to even sneak into I'm telling you now, Brooklyn was to get in that thing and KD get to go against cats, it's gonna be a problem. I ain't gonna say they win
Yeah.
in the East, but they're gonna shake some stuff up. You see what they just did to Philly the other day, but
Okay.
the outlier right
Rashard,
now is Kyrie, bro.
Rashard. I agree with you 100% because this is what I'm gonna say, and we're gonna take a break after this. This is what I say. I love KD. We all know
Oh yeah,
KD
beast.
cannot be guarded. What's even sicker than that, Kyrie cannot be guarded.
You only got like 4 more games, bro.
Like, and that's my thing is that Kyrie cannot be guarded.
Maybe,
And I love Kyrie. That's my dude. That's my dude. I don't forget all the Uncle Drew stuff. Forget all that stuff. Basketball player. Kyrie is my dude. That dude, hey, that dude is just freaking phenomenal. And the thing he does on the NBA court is the same thing he does on the freaking 2K circuit. It's the same thing. The dude is unguardable.
Hey
I
y'all!
hate him,
Look how
but
many
I
people
love
has
him.
gone for 50-point games in the last week or two. Look how many people gone for
You're
50
right.
point
You're
games
right.
in the
Yeah,
last
you're
week or
right.
two.
But
two of them on the same team.
yeah, you're right. It's same team, and I love that. And it's crazy. It's crazy to
Yeah.
think that. Yo, Kyrie is the
50,
outliner.
20 is great
Okay.
in the NBA. You done went for 50?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, so Rashard, just stop. So hey, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, pay some bills. All right, because I don't want to get baby Jesus. No, we're not going to start on that. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back more Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mundane. Hey everybody, how we doing? We're back with Hey Coach, Coach Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, Jamal Mundane. Yo, gentlemen, let's get into some NFL. All right. Now, Rashard, you're in Houston. Okay. So we're going to defer to you when it comes to this. Let's talk about the Deshaun Watson going on and with the Houston Rock or Houston Texans. I'm sorry. The grand jury decided not to indict Texan quarterback Deshaun Watson. Rashard, what you got for us?
All right, man. Living out here, man. The city does not want him. The fans do not want this dude to go. But Deshaun does not want to play for the Texans. And it's not a why does he not and what's going on. That's never came out. He just doesn't want to play for the Texans. That's all he said. Now, after not necessarily a year, but close to a year, Friday, he finally spoke once he went to the court and everything like that. And y'all don't get it. The teams that want this cat, he's gonna have to go through this. He's gonna have to get a suspension or no games played. You're looking at the Panthers and the Saints right now want this dude. The Panthers, I don't know who their receivers are, but you got McCaffrey, but McCaffrey stays hurt. And I hate that for that cat because that cat came in exploding.
He's
but
nice.
Deshaun, yeah, he is. The Saints, I don't know how much Kamara can give you anymore. And what's Keyshawn's nephew's name that didn't really play
Not
this year?
important.
That plays for the Saints?
It's not important. It's really not important.
Michael Thompson, something like that.
It's
So I wouldn't really go there.
Really
but
Mike Thompson, yeah.
Deshaun,
it's not important.
Deshaun,
Yeah.
With him being cleared, watch the movement in the NFL this week because you can move cats around, just like Cooper about to go to Cleveland and all this stuff. Bruh, Deshaun Watson will be employed within the next 14 days. Somebody's picking this cat up, man. It was one of those. He's gonna have to go through the fans and the movements, beats them like Vic. He's gonna have to face that. That's why I said about Ben Simmons. I'm glad, even though you didn't play, that you just sat on the bench and caught hell from the Philly fans. He's gonna catch hell.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna catch hell. But the kid can play, man. Houston, they do not want him to go. They really want him to be like, man, I'm going to go ahead and stay. I'm cleared, yada, yada, yada. But, I mean, now that he's cleared, there's nothing else to say, really. I mean, I can't add nothing to him. He's just a very good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I'm ready to see his next chapter. Jay, what you got?
All right. Jay, what you got? Hit us with what you got.
No, I agree with Rashard. Like, he hit on it. Last Friday, he got cleared of all the charges, all the allegations, so he won't have to face any of those charges. I'm sure there's still going to be some civil suits or some trials or some civil suits with these women. So he will face some backlash. All I think of is the Kareem Hunt situation. So what happened here in Kansas City with Kareem Hunt, he went back home to Cleveland, got into some trouble. And once the NFL took a step back, let the legal system do whatever it was they needed to do, and once everything was settled, they came back in and suspended him. So now Deshaun Watson going to have to deal with the court of the NFL, so to speak. So they'll probably suspend him for 8 games. He'll probably get half the season. But he'll be cleared to leave Houston. Houston fans don't want him to go but he doesn't want to play in that organization. He knows something about that organization we don't, obviously, and he wants out. So
Okay.
Carolina Panthers has already made a bid for him hard. Like he said, New Orleans will probably bid for him hard. I think Pittsburgh wants him,
Pittsburgh,
but
good call.
Mike Tomlin wants him, but it's the PR behind it. You know what I'm saying? If you bring this guy here, like with the Rooneys and all that, so they probably got to wait for some dust to settle. But they need a quarterback, and if they can get Deshaun Watson up there, I think they'd be good. It's just any team that get him got to brace themselves for any of the PR, the backlash, female fans, and the 8 games that he might be suspended for. So we'll see what happens with that. But he will play. He's a top-tier quarterback. When he was playing, he was a top-5 quarterback. He had a year off. I think he's motivated to play, but there will be some backlash, of course, and we'll see what team is, ready to deal with it, if he's worth it.
Okay, so
right.
my question is
Tim,
this.
Tim, before you say something.
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
Do y'all realize how serious a team to go get him to where this cat's about to be, like Jay just said, 8 games? Like, how cold is your squad in the NFL to where we want to go ahead and get Deshaun. We're going to charge these 8. We're going to let Randolph at Pittsburgh do his thing. Bro, that's
okay. So now that goes with the question I'm about to ask. Between the both of y'all. Okay. 5 teams. NFL. Across the board. NFL. 5 teams. Have whatever it takes to get Deshaun Watson. What's your top 5 teams? Jay, I'm going to start with you.
Top 5 teams to go get him and would actually be successful, can do something with him.
Yes.
So teams that could win right now with him, my number 1 team would probably be New Orleans. New Orleans can win with him right now. They got a good defense. They're in a division that they can win easily. Brady's gone from Tampa Bay. Matty Ice, they're not going to win the division with Atlanta, and Carolina is not good either. They got coaching situation they got to deal with, quarterback situation. Out of those 2 teams, I would say New Orleans he can win with right away and compete. San Francisco, he can go to San Francisco and they can win right away if they don't want Jimmy. They don't want Jimmy G anymore.
San Fran,
Pittsburgh.
Okay. Why not?
Okay.
I'd say the Steelers would probably be 3rd. They need an offensive line though. If he want to go there, the O-line they got to patch that up.
Okay.
The Cleveland Browns. The Browns are ready to win now. You bring Deshaun Watson with Amari Cooper. Baker's got to battle for his job because they don't want to sign him long term anyway. So you put some heat on him. But if you don't want to bring that news or that media controversy in there with Deshaun Watson already, and then the battle with Baker Mayfield, so they probably don't want all that negative attention. So probably not Cleveland.
Right.
Let's see. New England, they like Mac Jones, so he ain't going nowhere.
No.
Let me see where else. Seattle.
Oh,
thank you. No Russell Wilson. He can go up to the Northwest.
There you go. You my man. That's why I love you, Jay. Rashard, what you got?
Squads that can rock with Deshaun. Jay just said he named everything I was going to say. You got Seattle, you got Cleveland, you got Indianapolis. They just got rid of Wentz. I don't know who their quarterback is. You got Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's 4 teams. I didn't name the 5th, but
the Colts is a good one.
Yeah. I mean,
Colts is a good one.
What's the running back? I know the running back is good. I don't know his name. The running back is good for the Colts.
Jonathan Taylor is nice.
Taylor, man. Taylor's a beast.
Got a quarterback. Boom,
He's a beast.
Throw some people out there.
Yeah.
You got Coop going to and you're right. That was shake. you'd have to almost swap Deshaun for Baker. It can't be
Yes.
Baker and Deshaun
Yeah.
at Cleveland. You'd have
Yes.
to.
Yeah.
Baker got to come here to Houston and Deshaun because you have a hurt Landry, and then Odell's hurt in the Rams. Why wouldn't you come back and you go rock with Deshaun at Cleveland if you was Odell, and then Landry coming back, bro?
Odell's
They
not
like the
going back to
Rams.
Cleveland.
They like the Rams.
Odell's not going back to Cleveland.
He would
Odell's
go
not
back
going
if it
back to
wasn't Baker.
Cleveland.
If it wasn't Baker, he would go
No,
back.
he would not. I honestly don't think he would.
No, he's not.
Because
Give
I
him a
mean,
chance,
when
he
I
does.
move around, man.
yeah, and the reason why I'm saying this,
You know what I'm saying?
this, Charles, because he like Jay just said, he gave it a chance. That's number one. Number two, with what they got there, he has a better chance of winning in LA.
Yeah, they screwed.
He was
Odell,
hey,
man. Odell
when he got hurt during the game, the Super Bowl, he was already he could have been on
He was balling.
task. Yeah, he could have had a simple MVP, Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, MVP. Yeah,
He was balling. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was bad. Yeah,
But he got hurt.
He was on
It
the
is what it
biggest
is.
stage, man.
Right. So I don't think he will go back to Cleveland. I don't.
No, I'm just saying.
He'll stay in. He'll stay in LA.
Quarterback, you know.
Oh yeah.
Landry.
Now
look,
let me tell you
Landry
something.
are both hurt. How ironic is
Yeah.
that? Him and Landry are both hurt. So
Yeah, you're right.
I would love to see
You're
where
right.
Deshaun would go. Where does he go though? I'm like, seriously, where does he go? Does he go to Pittsburgh? Yeah, I see you got a good Najee Harris, you got a good running back, but who was Ben throwing to last year? Like where you going?
Chase
Nobody.
Claypool, Deontay Washington, Chase Claypool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you know what? Y'all brought some interesting points. Okay, so let's talk about the NFL trades right now. The big one is Russell Wilson. Wow.
You got
Going
that?
to Russell Wilson. Yes, I did. Russell Wilson going to Denver. Who saw that? Who really saw that? Jay, did you see that?
Nobody.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to New Orleans, honestly.
I
somewhere
did too.
warm,
I did too.
Go somewhere. I'm thinking he's going somewhere warm. He's playing in a dome,
to DC.
and he's playing. I don't know nobody want to go play for him. And he's going to a winnable division.
No one
in the NFC South. Now, it was a smart move for Seattle to take him to Denver because he's not in the conference, right? You keep him on the West Coast, but he's not in the NFC West. You put him in a totally different division, different conference altogether. Now, the AFC West is going to be a monster this year because the Chargers just got Khalil Mack from the Bears.
Yep.
Yes.
So this is cause and effect. This is what I tell all the Chiefs fans that watch football.
Go and get it.
Obviously, they love Mahomes. They're like, man, all these teams getting all these players and all this. I'm like, that's cause and effect. When you have a generational talent like Patrick Mahomes comes into your division, everybody in football knows the number one thing to do in football is to win your division. You build your team to win your division because that's an automatic playoff spot if you win it. Now, if you got a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes that's running through your division, what are we going to do? We're going to find either a top-tier quarterback that can match him, a la Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, who's the kid from Justin Herbert that can go blow for blow, or you're going to find defensive players that can stop Patrick Mahomes. You're going to find edge rushers. You got your Joey Bosa's, and now you got Khalil Mack over there. Max Crosby just signed a big deal with the Raiders, so he can stay. So everybody knew what was going to happen. Denver has the defense. Now they got a quarterback they believe in. So it was a big-time trade for the Broncos. We'll see what the new ownership can do with them.
All right, Rashard, what you got?
I love the fact that AFC West, the quarterbacks are so stacked, dude. It's ridiculous. it's always been stacked, but you got Herbert, Wilson, Carr. These cats, bruh.
My homeboy,
Really?
you don't want to give Mahomes no love.
Mahomes, yeah, you see I left it out. You see I stopped. You see I stopped. I'm like,
you see how he did it? You see how he did it? You see how
I made
he did it, Jay?
on purpose.
You gotta give him some love, man.
Bro.
Okay,
Gotta show
all right,
Mahomes
go
some
ahead,
love.
go ahead.
Hey, it's a madness to when I do stuff. And Jay caught on. We from Illinois, so he caught on. He said, "Oh, this dude trying to be funny." Bruh, that's a monster right there. And it's so, I mean, but you got to look at the NFL though. The NFL got some young quarterbacks that are really holding it down. Like I think the whatever conference the Ravens are in, AFC East or whatever, they got some quarterbacks in there that are coming up. I mean, but Russell Wilson, this boy that I thought he was really going to like Washington. That boy's in Denver, bro. I ain't even paid attention to Denver, but I'm about to pay attention to them now.
Washington winning got Kirk Cousins 2.0.
Right.
Kirk Cousins 2.0. Carson Wentz. Kirk Cousins 2.0.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Right.
Why?
Wentz. Was it Foles was his nemesis? Just like what was my man? You got Fitzpatrick is somebody else's nemesis, and the cat. Who did Russell Wilson beat out in Seattle?
Matt Hasselbeck.
Remember Russell was the third round pick. Nah, it wasn't Hasselbeck. It was somebody else. Oh, if I say the name, y'all be like, "Damn, you're right." Russell Wilson beat out this cat. Russell Wilson balled out at NC State, and then he went to grad school in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And he had Wisconsin in the balling. So Russell's a good quarterback. He's solid. He corny as hell to me. He wear like Kyrie. That's just to me, like, we got him, Kyrie.
I don't like calling Kyrie weird.
Kawhi Leonard. These are weird cats. Is Kawhi really hurt, or he just don't want to play for my squad? Get off my Clippers, man. Get on, man. You and George. What are y'all doing? Like, what injuries do you really have? Like,
they got a case of the Michael Olowokandis.
I know, right? Oh, candy.
We need to get
a case of the
last 10 minutes of the show of off topic, and I can just ramble and y'all just let me.
No.
We're not giving the Clippers 10 minutes. We're not giving the Clippers 10 minutes.
No, I ain't Clippers. I'm talking about just random.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
That boy not hurt. Paul George's not hurt either. Neither one of these boys are hurt. What the hell?
I don't know.
You're right. Yeah, you know what? You're right. It is what it is. Look. Hey, we're about to take another we're gonna take another break real quick. Because I need to give Rashard some time to recoup, relax, understand his Clippers are trash.
Whoa!
They are.
We're not a good program, bro. We don't need to use trash. I don't know why we use that.
Fighting words.
They're trash.
Fighting words.
Wow.
Yo, Clippers are trash, dog.
Those fighting words.
Good.
Just no. Just stop. Good. Stop. They're trash. Okay. Just no. Don't.
What?
I give you a virtual hug.
We're not meeting expectations.
They're trash. Stop it.
All right, man.
Okay.
Let's go to break before y'all. Let's break it up and go to break.
And go to break. So that way, Rashard can cry and all of this stuff he gotta do. Let him cry. Go to break. We'll be right back. Wait, where we come back from? Hey, how you doing, everybody? It's Coach T with the Hey Coach podcast. I'm joined with Rashard Collins and Jamal Mundane. Obviously, Rashard Collins got in his feelings because he had to put on some LA Clippers jersey stuff. Go ahead, show it. Go ahead, show it. Go ahead, show it. Just go ahead and show it.
Show it,
I
but
know you got
I
any
mean,
feelings.
as long as y'all know,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
why.
my
I don't
God,
know why.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
why. Anyways, Jay, just help him out. Jay, help him out. Okay, so
Man, he
guys,
repping his team, man.
I know I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him for that. Okay. All right, so check it out. We just talked about Deshaun Watson, everything going on with him. I'm gonna ask you guys real quick. Okay. We already discussed this part a little bit. Who is your clear winner for the Nets 76ers trade? Rashard, we're going with you first.
I think the 76ers will be. I think the 76ers kind of got it because as it looks now, Harden can work with Embiid. You know, I thought he was going to get in there and try to be all about himself. He looks like he's trying to be a team player with the people they have around him, but we just need Ben Simmons to be Ben Simmons, and like I said, the chess piece is Kyrie because he can only play so many games. You get what I'm saying? So can y'all imagine
I
if
agree.
Kyrie, Ben, and KD can play all the playoff games? Hell, first of all, these bastards ain't even in the playoff for that guy to get to the playoff. They're not
You're
even in the playoff.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's say that. The Sixers are in the playoffs. But
yeah, okay, I get you. I'm with you.
If Brooklyn can get in there and they figure out a way that Kyrie can play the whole time, I mean, come on, bro. You got KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons. What?
Jay,
KD and Embiid,
I
Harden and Embiid ain't
you
gonna be
right.
enough.
You're right, Rashard. Jay, I am so interested in hearing your perspective on this topic. So, what you got for me, sir?
Who won the trade? So I'm actually go in a different direction from Rashad.
Ooh.
Now,
Ooh.
short term, I thought Philly won the trade initially, but then I saw them play each other last Thursday in Philly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And,
I appreciate Jay. I'm gonna say this.
And
God bless you, sir. Thank you for hitting that. Hit it.
I saw them play last Thursday on TNT, and it reminded me of what James Harden looks like in big games. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. James Harden, his mind be on the strip club at big games. He don't be on the court. I forgot.
Right.
So he thinking about them strip clubs. So anyway, on the court, we saw what
my dog Bill's at
Brooklyn. We saw what Brooklyn came to do on Thursday night against Philly in Philly. Now Joe Embiid played his game. He showed out. But James Harden didn't show out. So James Harden didn't come to play.
No.
Man. Jay, you hit it. Ooh, you hit it. You hit it.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
right.
so
You're right. They blew him out. This boy don't show up.
They beat him
man.
by.
The dude does
they
not
were up by
show
30.
Up for big stuff.
At one point in the game, they were up by 30. So what happens with Brooklyn and with Philly? A lot of people were talking about these rumors about Kyrie and James Harden not getting along. There was even rumors saying that Kyrie used to talk trash in practice of James Harden, getting in his head, saying, you can't guard me, like killing him in one-on-ones. There was all types of hearsay and rumors out there, right? So when I saw the game last Thursday, you've never seen Kyrie like this in a regular season game. Kyrie was picking up James Harden full court, D'ing him up full court, stripping the ball out of his hand, talking
Okay,
trash to him.
Jay. I need you to do me a favor, okay? I want you to back up and say it again.
So when James Harden was in Brooklyn with Kyrie, there was rumors that they used to butt heads in practices, traveling together, just because it could have been a lot of different reasons. Because Kyrie couldn't play in a lot of games. Maybe James Harden felt like he was halfway in with the team and wasn't all the way in. But when Kyrie showed up to work and came to practice, there are rumors that he was giving it to James Harden. One-on-ones, in practice, locking him up, talking trash to him, telling him he wish he was as good as me, you wish he was better than me. James Harden couldn't do nothing with Kyrie. We all know how gifted Kyrie is on the basketball court. So all of those rumors came out after the trade. Last Thursday, they play on the court, and those rumors kind of seem real if you watch the game, if you pay attention. Kyrie Irving is doing things that you don't normally see him do in a regular season game. So he's picking up James Harden full court, blocking his shot, stripping him, scoring on him, talking trash. Real intense basketball, which is the Kyrie I love to see, by the way. But he's doing all this to prove a point, right? He's showing you who won the trade. He's showing you why Brooklyn is going to be okay with James Harden on that team and not with us. Because once these mandates come crashing down conveniently in April, I'm going to be able to play in all these playoff games, and I'm going to show y'all. So I think Brooklyn won the trade, to answer your question, because, number one, you have Kyrie, Kevin Durant, you have Ben Simmons, and you have Steph Curry locked up for the next 2-3 years. So it ain't just the better that they have the better roster now, but they're locked in for years to come. James Harden is looking for a max deal after this year. And then Joel Embiid contract is up like a year or two after that. And then you got to pay Tobias Harris after that. So they still have contract issues over there in a couple years, whereas Brooklyn is set up for success down the road. And if you see how they play on the court, and this is without Ben Simmons even playing yet, I think that Brooklyn has the pieces to be better than Philly for years to come.
Yep. I agree. Brooklyn definitely has the pieces. Brooklyn definitely has the pieces because all you need is Ben Simmons to be Ben Simmons. You weren't shooting and scoring and giving us 33 with jumpers. Go play D. You got KD. You got Kyrie. Kyrie's vaccination thing is going to be the key to everything. Philly, James Harden and Embiid, I can see it, but Tobias Harris, you stealing money. I mean, like, what are you doing, bro? You ain't even that dude no more. You were better at the Clippers. And I'm being for real. Tobias Harris was a better Clipper than he is a Sixer. And I'm being for real.
Facts. He averaged like 20 a game. He averaged like 20 a game in LA.
But you're not that guy, though. You're not. We know you can shoot, but you're not that guy.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like we know.
Yes, sir.
Steph and Seth are different people, but guess what? Seth making a name for himself. Seth is my brother went to Davidson and he the man. I done went to Duke. I done went to the G League. You gotta work on your game. Tobias Harris is still money, like Randy Moss did when he was a Raider. But that's not what we're talking about. I feel that
yes, sir. Yes.
Crack joke just to see Jay's reaction. I promise you, I just say this stuff just to be like, I just gotta get Jay off. Like, I just need to make this cat laugh. Do laugh.
Let's go.
I contradict myself right now, and Jay's right. Brooklyn really did win this, bro. If I think about it, I'm looking like Harden with the scoring. I'm looking like, yeah. But Ben with the defense, and then he slashes, and Kyrie hit him on the slide, and he score a layup or something. Bro, Brooklyn and he just said it, Brooklyn's going to be a problem for a minute. James Harden is trying to look at now. He looking at now. Nah, bro. Because, hey, and like I said it before, Harden can't go nowhere else.
Right.
Where else? What are you about to do? That's just like Westbrook. Where he going?
Yeah. He's making a name for himself in the wrong way.
Give me this money. Westbrook about to be in LA, baby.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I appreciate both of y'all because y'all make my job so much easier. Y'all really do. Y'all make my job so easy. It really does. Like I can't argue with nothing either one of y'all said. Okay. Like, look. First of all, Harden can't go anywhere else. He really can't. But at that argument, Harden is in the best position ever in his career. I really think Harden is in his best position for his career. Because you know what?
I disagree.
Embiid.
I do.
Ooh.
Hey. I do
I
too.
like
I disagree
it.
also. Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Okay. So, Jay, we're going to start with you. Jay, tell me why you disagree.
No, I want you to finish your point as to why you think he's in the best
Yes.
position, and then I'll tell you why
Finish
I
your
don't think
point.
that.
I'm with Jay on this one. Finish your point.
Okay. Now, when I say Harden is in his best position, he's in the position to actually be a leader. Okay? Embiid is the clear leader of that team. Okay? Embiid is a clear winner of the MVP. Like I said, leader of the team. And, you know what I'm saying? That's just hands down. Okay? That's number one. Harden has the opportunity to be a secondary leader when I say that. Okay? Now, oh, baby Jesus. I agree. Embiid, well, there's actually only two MVPs for the league right now. Embiid, DeRozan. Those are two
Morant?
front runners for the freaking MVP for the league right now. I don't care what anybody else has to say. I don't care. Now, Harding has the ability to elevate Embiid. So, just not work. Good. Harding.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead and get him, Jay.
Embiid.
Just cut him off, Jay. Go ahead and get him.
Harden has the ability to help Embiid to pass and get MVP. Now, okay. That being said, who on Chicago has the ability to push DeRozan past that?
Caruso when he gets there. Caruso when he gets back. Melo. I mean, Ball when he gets back.
Shut your mouth, sir.
Levine
Shut
when he
your
gets
mouth,
back.
sir.
The Bulls got it.
Shut your mouth, sir.
Hey, Bulls got something.
Shut your mouth, sir. Shut your mouth. MVP. Who has the ability to push DeRozan past that?
I just said Ball, Caruso,
Right now.
and
Shut
Levine.
your mouth. What, Jay? Why is he still talking?
Harden get to shooting too many shots, and B gonna
Jay,
be.
why is he still? What?
Out
Jay,
of there.
Jay, why is he still talking?
How you gonna ask me, Jay? And
Shut
I'm the
your
one
mouth.
that's talking.
Shut your mouth,
Bro.
asking Jay.
The Bulls are set.
Jay,
The Bulls are solid.
Jay. Rashard, shut your freaking mouth, sir. Jay,
Hey, Rashard,
please continue.
Hey, Rashard.
I'm with him. I'm with him.
Rashard, I'm gonna go ahead and destroy him real quick for you, so you don't have to say nothing.
Thank
you.
Yo,
I got you.
Because I'm about to.
I'm gonna let you kick back. You can kick back for this one.
Rashard,
Right.
I'm gonna slap shit at you. Go ahead.
Let me end the show by destroying the coach. All right. So your first argument about
like that.
argument about James Harden being in the perfect spot, the best spot he's ever been in. Number one, he's injured, right? Or he's hurt. He'll never get any. I mean, he's getting older. He's not in his prime anymore.
Right.
Okay. The best position that he had ever been in was when he was with that Rockets team that took the Golden State Warriors to 7 games. That was the best team he had ever played on.
You
had Chris Paul as a leader.
100% right.
He had Chris Paul as a leader. He had the team he wanted. They played the style of basketball he wanted. He was winning 60 games a year. He was an MVP. He was a scoring champ. He was in the prime of his career. He won't get back to that.
No
Number
arguments.
one.
No arguments. No
Number-
arguments.
Number two.
You're 100% right.
So that's the best position he had ever been in, and he will ever be in moving forward. He won't have a team better than that.
Yes.
All right, now to your MVP conversation. Embiid, yes, I would say MVP is an MVP candidate. The reason I would not say DeRozan is because they can't win any big games. Right after All-Star break, the Bulls went on a 5-game losing streak. They lost to Milwaukee. They got smashed by Philly. They lost to the Heat. They can't beat any of the top 4 teams in the East in the regular season. And if you want to win an MVP, you got to be able to win those games in the regular season. So this is why I say John Morant is actually an MVP candidate. John Morant has stayed. Ever since he came back from injury, they got one of the best records in basketball. He pushed them all the way up to the number 2 seed in the West. People don't even realize that. They jumped Golden State. Golden State's not the 2 seed anymore.
They did.
Now it's Memphis.
Yes.
If he finishes Memphis as a 2 seed in the Western Conference, after they were predicted at the beginning of the season to be a 7 or 8, you have to give him MVP consideration. And you got to give Jokic MVP consideration too. Jokic won an MVP last year, and this year his numbers are even better. And no Jamal Murray the entire season. No Jamal Murray the entire season.
Murray been out for a minute.
100%.
He's been out the whole year. No Jamal Murray the entire year. No Michael Porter Jr. for basically the whole year. He's still about to have them as a top 4 seed, and his numbers are better. You got to give him MVP consideration. So my 3 MVP guys, I would say Embiid is in first, John Morant, and then Jokic are the top 3. DeRozan played himself out after that 5-game losing streak, but that's the way it goes. So that's what I'll say for that. But James Harden, his prime is over. He has quit on 2 teams already. He's given himself a bad name in a bad way. Nobody else wants to play with him. If things aren't going his way, if things aren't sunshine and rainbows, he wants out. That's just the word out on him in the NBA now. If things aren't the way he wants them to be, he's going to be unhappy. And he doesn't produce wins. So when you get to the point of your career where you're in your prime and your play produces wins, that's when you're a primary superstar. He's on the tail end of his career where his play does not produce wins. He can get all the assists and all the threes in the world, and it doesn't produce wins for them. And he's never shown up in the playoffs to begin with. So his best chance to win was in Houston years ago, and those days are over.
As the hater in me, hold on, Tim. The hater in me, them California cats are soft. Kawhi, Leonard, Paul George, James Harden. But anybody else who don't realize y'all from Cali think y'all some ballers. No.
All right.
Load management, that's what all 3 of y'all cats are doing. Pop hit Kawhi. Paul George wasn't the man to Indiana. He was just a dude. And James Harden. Really? You came off the bench at OKC. And then you came to Houston and they rolled that carpet out to you. I know my stuff, bro. Them California cats is soft. Come from the Midwest, baby. We don't produce soft cats. Them boys are soft. All them boys from Cali. Probably same neighborhood. I'm going to leave it alone. Like, don't get me started, man. Don't even get me started.
Hey.
I know Anthony I said 6:15. I need to be here somewhere. Come on, bro. We can wrap this up, baby. California cats is soft.
You're right. Hey, look.
Cali.
Yo, we got to take a break real quick. Hey, that's a perfect time to take a break. All right. This Hey Coach with Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mundane. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody doing? It's Coach Tim Simpson with the Hey Coach podcast. Jamal Mundane, Rashard Collins. Guys, what are the closing arguments for the show right now?
Oh man, I enjoyed it, man. Hey, the topics never stop. It's fun. I actually look forward to Sundays. I'm not gonna lie, and y'all keep me motivated. And I love what you're doing, Tim. The professionalism, Jay. I'm just trying to make you laugh. I'm just trying to make you laugh. Hey, I don't give a damn if I don't know what the topic is. I'm gonna be like, let me make Jay laugh. Yeah, that's my comment for the show.
Hey,
Jay, what
nah,
you
it's
got?
easy, man. It's fun. Show's going great, man. We're getting better and better every week. We just want to make sure people are staying tuned, tune in, let as many people know as possible. Hey, coach, we're trying to make something special here, so we just want you guys to hang on with us and continue to support.
Look, like I agree with both these jokers, man. The show is awesome. That what we do is like look, it's great. Right? I appreciate Jay. I appreciate Shard. I appreciate Anthony for coming on here. The show is awesome. Okay, so that being said, please stay tuned for next episode of Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mundane. Hey, we got more in store for you. All right, peace out.